Welcome everybody to our wellness Zoom event. So today we have Nicole on and Sarah Brandow. So I'm so excited. Welcome everyone, and welcome everybody who's here tuning in live, and anyone who will be listening to the recording. Thank you for your time and energy as well. I'm really happy to be here and share some powerful information with you today. So just to start off, I want to talk about my story with leaky gut because years ago, I used to love eating red bell peppers. I thought they were delicious. I ate them with everything. I also used to like to party a lot. So my gut was not what I would say alkaline by any means. I was always putting in acidic foods and toxic chemicals, lots of alcohol. And one day I was like, yeah, even though I partied yesterday, I'm going to go get a salad that I love from this vegan restaurant that's loaded with red bell peppers. And so now to this day, I still have issues eating red bell peppers. I mean, make me feel so sick. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. I remember being at work and my stomach protruding out, like I looked pregnant, and I just did not know what was wrong with me. I was like, I ate a salad that I always eat. Like, why? I honestly had no idea. And I don't remember when it was that the term even leaky gut came to me. But I put two and two together over time because I was like, I got to figure something out. And I was already in the realm of superfoods, like learning about them, seeing blogs online, and was very interested. But I just put two and two together because I ate red bell peppers again, and I got again like super bloated. I felt so sick, like painful. I don't know how else to explain this. It was painful, like a stabbing feeling in my stomach. And so as time has progressed and the years have gone on, I've learned about leaky gut, and I've learned about solutions that are available. And once I found this superfood protocol, with something that is powerful enough to actually heal the gut, I was like, you've got to be kidding. I barely didn't believe it. And I have Nicole to thank for that, who will come on and share. And Sarah, she's the expert in all of these things. So I'm really excited to welcome her on and further explain how it works. Because for me, it was really just the experience of feeling better, and then also being pregnant and now postpartum, having the support of proper nutrition. I really do contribute like my mental health to that, because I was worried about postpartum depression. I've struggled with mental health in the past, and especially around that time with the red bell pepper incident. I came to this awareness that, when my gut lining that I've learned is weak, and in essence the boundaries are weakened, also in my personal life my boundaries are weakened. So it's also a direct sign when I notice myself not holding my boundaries for myself in my life, and that is also directly connected to my gut. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and welcome Sarah on now, since y'all heard about my story, and we'd love to hear more about how it works. Oh, gotta unmute.
There you go. I'm unmuted. Sure. So I'm a nutritionist. I'm director of nutrition for a stem cell company, and I work with a lot of clients one-on-one as well. And gut health is always the first thing that needs to be addressed because it's the foundation of everything. Our serotonin production, which is our happy hormone, that's coming from the gut. Our immune system, over about 72% of the cells that make up our immune system are in the gut. So if somebody doesn't work first and foremost on healing that, their ability to even extract nutrients from the healthy foods that they are eating is going to be limited. And what I've learned over the last, I don't know how many years doing this work, is that it's very hard to heal the gut quickly on a healthy diet, which might sound crazy, but you can heal it on a healing diet. And you can do things to help expedite the process, but just by eating healthy, like you said, you reacted to red bell peppers. And so your body, when you were in a state of inflammation, you just had a night out partying, you were experiencing a lot of dysbiosis, and you introduce something to your gut that caused a reaction, and it now associates that food with the permeability and the pathogens in your gut that day. So first we have to heal using, I'm a big fan, of course, of superfoods. That's the quickest way to expedite this. If you're just eating a healthy diet, it's going to take a lot longer. And especially if someone thinks they're eating a healthy diet, but sometimes they are eating a lot of things that still contain really, really intense loads of pesticides, genetically modified foods, which contain glyphosate, the worst pesticide of all. If someone's living a very high stress lifestyle, if somebody is staying up late all the time, or even going to bed at different times, our circadian rhythm and our gut bacteria are actually on the same clock. They're intrinsically linked. So if someone's gut bacteria is very, very damaged, their sleep also is going to, and their digestion is also going to fall off. So first and foremost, I like to advise individuals to start building that really good foundation of health by removing the most inflammatory foods, wheat products, dried corn products, anything really, really processed, especially processed meats, and anything genetically modified, because that has glyphosate. But glyphosate is also sprayed on things like beans, lentils, peas, oats, all kinds of other foods. So sometimes even if you're eating healthy, it's really, really hard to avoid this. The solution that I put all of my clients on is Biome. So Biome is actually able to help detoxify glyphosate, these toxic pesticides from the gut, by, in the trial, about 74% over 6 weeks, which is really, really amazing. And that was with regular diet. So if somebody is doing the ultimate lifestyle transformation for 30 days, they're taking in their greens, they're taking in their tart cherry juice, they're taking in their super aminos, they are on a healing protocol to expedite something that could take many, many, many months in a much, much, much shorter window of time, which is really, really exciting. Yeah, someone commented that, Mike, oats are bad for glyphosate. They are. A lot of crops have glyphosate on them as a ripener because it makes them able to be harvested quicker. So a lot of things that maybe we think aren't even genetically modified still have the most toxic pesticides. So you really have to be on that healing diet, and taking products that are clinically proven to help you on that journey is a much faster way of doing it. And when people get results faster, they tend to stick with it a lot more, I realize, because you feel better and it's not a distant thing. Someone could eat healthy for a few days and they're like, okay, I ate healthy, but now I'm craving this burger, and now I'm craving this other thing. And so healing your gut at the same time also offsets cravings as well. And same with taking the power shake, because it's like a liquid multivitamin with all of your different greens and different amino acids in there, different compounds, different healthy glyphosate-free grains. And that also helps meet somebody's nutritional baseline, which also removes some cravings as well. So this is the protocol that I recommend to people because it really does work, and it works a lot quicker than simply a healthy diet. So if anyone has any questions or anything, I'm happy to answer. But yeah, Biome for me, that is the gold standard of gut healing. And that's the most important thing to be starting off with on this journey for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah, so much for that massively important and informative information. Like, I can't wait to share this with as many people as possible, because also I didn't know this, but it's also the only thing available that's actually proven to work. And you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the C-reactive protein that's also reduced with the Biome by like 75%, right? Yeah, and that was like extra wow. I mean, I didn't even know that, I'm not a super sciencey kind of person, but when I learned that was the inflammation biomarker, I was like, oh, well, that's amazing, isn't it? Like, wow. So Nicole, I wanted to welcome you on to share your story, because you're the reason how I even came to know about this. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you introduced it to me and that you stayed, persistent in sharing your story, because even though it's difficult, as healing journey and any sort of deep transformation is, I'm just so grateful for you. So I'm going to go ahead and mute and let you.
Hey, everybody, I'm Nicole. Thanks so much for joining. So yeah, it's been a blessing that I came across this protocol, because I also had really bad gut inflammation because of my lifestyle choices back in the day with drinking alcohol and eating processed foods, and also growing up in a household that it was very meat oriented, very processed meat, lots of dairy, lots of acidic foods. So this, of course, had played a really detrimental part in my intestinal tract. So growing up, I didn't see any signs until actually my mid 20s. And this is when I started experiencing gut inflammation. It would look like I was like 3 months pregnant, and then I would get skin issues. And then of course it was like the mental fog, and then the mood swings that started to happen. So that was the signs when I knew I needed to take a shift for my life. And of course I started to really eat healthier, eat more plant-based diet, eat more whole foods, be conscious of what I was putting in my body, but I was still showing signs of inflammation in my gut and the skin. So I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And then I came across gut health and then this protocol of superfoods and of the world's most powerful gut repair to actually relieve toxins from the body. So the gut repair, which is the Biomedic, which Sarah Brandow was talking about, this is the most incredible product where it just actually removes glyphosate, it removes heavy metals, and it remineralizes the gut so that our gut can just be in natural state of flow again. Our gut's amazing because it has a natural detoxification system within it. It's for nutrient absorption, for immune response, and for serotonin production. So everything starts in the gut. So when I started beginning this transformation, I noticed within less than a week, my mental clarity came back into play. My happiness came back in. My gut literally deflated. I was dancing around. I was happy. So I knew that I just needed to actually relieve the toxins that were trapped in there for decades in order for me to come back into my natural happy self. So I've been on this protocol now since 2020, and it's literally changed my life. That's why we call it the ultimate lifestyle transformation, because it is just a high quality, high vibrational superfood. We're getting back to nature. It just helps your body, gives your body that foundation of healthy food again. Our ancestors over 100 years ago were eating uncompromised food. They were eating food that was not sprayed with chemicals. So somewhere down the line, humans decided to spray pesticides and actually genetically modify our food. Our body can't recognize that as food anymore. So that causes a lot of health issues down the line. So with this protocol, it's so easy, it's convenient. The ultimate lifestyle transformation allows your body high quality nourishment, repairs the gut, gives your body the protein that it needs, and of course, all the super greens and super fruits. And are really easy. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a mother, if you're a busy person, this is the best way because it's so convenient. You just add it in water and it's activated full enzymes and full nutrients. So for me, like I'm an entrepreneur, I travel, I need this, I need convenience. So this is like for anybody and everybody. I recommend this to literally every human because it's safe, because it's just food. It's just raw, dehydrated food, organic food. So for me, my foundation is the superfoods. That is how I get my nutrients. That's how I get my vitamins, my trace minerals, everything I need. Now, when I eat food, that's a bonus. That's an extra. That's not how I get my food. Sorry, just bugs are crawling on me here in Mexico. So, so yeah, like food is just a bonus for me. I love to eat, I love to cook, but that's not how I get my nutrients. I get my nutrients from the superfoods. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about the ultimate lifestyle transformation, so happy to answer something specific about getting started or anything with the products because they're absolutely incredible. And we're so happy and passionate to share about this. Thank you, everybody. Somebody just asked a question in the chat about parasites. So we have a parasite cleanse. If Sarah, if you want to answer this question, the signs of showing parasites, I know that there's like bloating, skin issues, cravings, and mood fluctuations is all signs of parasites. But I think Sarah Brandow could probably answer this more in depth.
So what medical doctors are looking for would be more of a parasitic infestation. So they're looking for something serious. So tapeworm or roundworm or pinworms, things that are a little bit more common. It's I think I would be shocked if there's any human out there that doesn't have any parasites, but we actually can live in symbiosis with a certain amount of them. Same with like candida yeast. We eat too many sugars, it comes and eats up the excess. So these things aren't inherently bad. It's when the balance kind of gets, pushed out that we start to see problems. So most people, though, we have microscopic parasites. If you do a live blood cell analysis at a naturopathic doctor, for example, they'll prick your finger and they'll put a little blood sample under a microscope, and you can see microscopic parasites there in the blood. So it's very, very difficult in this modern world if you aren't living in perfect symbiosis. So all the food you're eating is, pesticide free and proper, and it's very, very difficult not to have any. But medical doctors it's a little bit of a different training that they get. They're kind of looking for like the worst case parasitic infestation in a stool sample, for example. You could also get a colonic, and they can tell you that way if you have too many parasites as well. But if you have like insomnia, this is kind of gross, but if you ever get like an itchy butt, that's probably a pretty good sign. Sometimes itchy hands and feet as well that somebody has. Really, really intense food cravings. That's a really big sign, especially on the full moon. Parasites are most active on the full moon. So we like to time parasite cleansing around that so that you can wipe them out when they aren't super potent. Yeah. Teeth grinding, Mike. Absolutely. Teeth grinding is a big one. Anxiety for out of nowhere that kind of comes and goes at certain times. That can also be a symptom of parasites. It's a little bit tricky to diagnose on its own. You can also get at like functional medicine doctors or a naturopathic doctor, like a more comprehensive stool test, and they'll be able to tell you for sure. But I don't know that that's necessary. Like for people who are overall in good health, I recommend just doing one parasite cleanse per year. That's 2 super cleansers. Take one, finish the pack for 10 days, take a 20-day break, take another one. And that's just a really good way to maintain gut health and make sure that you don't end up with too many parasites. At the same time, not eating white bread, refined sugar, sodas, processed foods, all that kind of stuff. And if you live in the tropics like me and Nicole, I recommend actually doing 2 cycles of the super cleanser per year because we're exposed to a lot more parasites here.
Awesome. And I think there's another question here about having a stomach virus that destroyed the stomach lining. So what's the best way to start this lifestyle change after that? I believe that you could just start with how most people started, but Sarah, if you can add in here, that would be amazing.
So probably it's not your actual stomach lining, it's probably your gut lining that was damaged. So unless it was like excess vomiting and it was the bile, which would be probably more your esophagus, because the stomach's very, very acidic. The lining doesn't easily get damaged. So first, of course, you want to boost your immune system. So I would be doing the ultimate lifestyle transformation for 30 days, very, very strict about the food you eat, but I'd be adding in zinc aid, which is 100% of your zinc, and then vitamins A, C, D, and E. That's going to give you an extra immune boost. I'd make sure you go to bed at the same time every night. I'd make sure you didn't look at any blue light in the evenings, and you did things like breath work, meditation, and yoga every single day. And these are all practices that are going to help boost your immune system to go a little bit deeper as well. This is also good for parasite cleansing, saunas, steam rooms, anything like that, to give yourself a deeper cleanse and just focus on boosting your immune system, because that is how we heal everything in the body. And in the meantime, the super aminos are going to be amazing for you because they're pre-digested. So you're going to absorb all of those aminos, which will help as well. But without knowing the specifics, I think generally that's just the best way to go about it. You could also add in Green Spectrum, another favorite product of mine. It's raw dehydrated greens. There's a really, really good mix in there. I think there's 20 different ones. That's going to give a really good immune system boost as well. I find that one is very, very energizing to people at like 2, 3 in the afternoon when they kind of have that thyroid slow down. If you're not on the cleanse, you're not doing a second power shake, then definitely I love to recommend Green Spectrum. The more greens, whole foods, anti-inflammatory foods you consume, the more you'll boost your immune system, and that will expedite healing.
Yay. Thank you so much, Sarah. And then we have another question. I love all the questions, guys. Thank y'all so much. So is red light therapy good? As far as I know, it is, but does anyone else have something to add on that, Sarah or Nicole?
Yeah, you just want to make sure it's red bulbs designed for red light therapy and not like one of the cheaper bulbs that just happens to be tinted and painted red. It would have to be like you're going to a proper place or you purchased a proper red light for that. The color red doesn't necessarily soothe anything, but there's a really good thing you should put on your phone. It's free and accessibility. If you have an iPhone, it'll make your screen red. So usually after like 8 p.m., I switch that on and it blocks all the blue light from your phone. Not all of it, but a good amount. So red light's good for that in the evenings. You don't really want to be taking in any blue light, but if you want the healing red light, then the therapy, it has to be something that was designed for that.
Amazing. All right, guys. So we're getting to the end of the call. This is keeping it quick and short, 30 minutes, so it's digestible for everybody and not taking up too much time. I respect everyone's time and energy here today. I just wanted to add here at the end, again, thank you for everybody for coming. If you're here live watching, or if you're watching later on the recording, we were talking about the ultimate lifestyle transformation and living this superfood lifestyle, which for me, being a new mom, I know Nicole mentioned it about convenience and, being an entrepreneur. It's very, how can I say, vital. Time has become even more of a valuable asset in my life because there's not a lot of it taking care of a newborn. And, something like your health and because it is your wealth, your health is your wealth. It's not something that we can really put up and say, oh, we can take out of this to do these other things like work or take care of other people or all these things. We have to take care of ourselves first. And in today's crazy times, it's the time to do it. And I'm really, really happy and grateful to be able to offer this to people. I will be putting a link below for anyone to check out if you're interested. And you can also message me to get more information. We can set up a call. And again, thank you everybody for coming. And I hope you have a happy rest of your Tuesday. If you don't have, I'll put my information here in the chat if you want to go ahead and have a follow, or if you want to message me after this, please feel free. And thank you.